How's it going? It's just past 7 on a Sunday morning. I was thinking about a conversation that I had with a new friendly face in the circle at the God's Body barbecue the other day. He's talking to me about all sorts of things, internet things, Apparently this new friendly face was the owner of some Bitcoin, and so I think that tells you a lot about the personality that I was having a chat with here when he asked me about what I think of Trump and that whole thing. He shared with me that he supported that at first, but things have changed, and so maybe he has too, as far as where he feels he should aim his support. But so he asked me what I thought of that whole thing there, and I told him that I think that it's a reality TV show. So what? Like, yeah, so everybody's pointing their finger in a certain blue and white direction. Talking about that flag, or that religious persuasion, is who really rules over America. And I say, I point my finger more of a red direction. I think China has owned America for a long time, and if you look at everything that they got over there in America, it's made in China, stamped on it. So I mean, that's one of your first clues, right? And I guess the best way to go about ruling over a country that you conquered is to basically let them continue on the way that they have been, right? Because if you go and kill all the people that are in the country, well, then what's it worth? I mean, you can populate it with your own people, but you have just self-destructed a potential power source, the citizenry, the residents of the conquered territory. So the last thing you really want to do is have too many of them out of operation, right? You don't want to have them killed. You want to have them be productive. Is that a good word? And so if Americans knew that China was really their leader, right? Well, you can imagine how that would go. Americans love to riot and set themselves on fire, and so they would destroy themselves. Probably less than a week, I figure. And then what? And then what is China supposed to do with all of that waste? Huh? Buddy at the God's Body barbecue was like, what? I don't think I understand what you're saying, I'm like, okay, well, how it is that it's like a chalk body outline. Drew over there at Chalk Body Outline, what he was carrying on about some years ago, that the whole thing's like professional wrestling, right? Right. Well before it became so apparent like it is these days. Chalk Body Outline was a guy who brought it to my attention. Drew World Order. It was fun hanging out with those guys there. What was his cohort's name? Enslaved by Truth, EBT. Good stuff. So it's like professional wrestling, right? Even with Trump being involved with the WWF or E or whatever the hell, Vince McMahon there, right? And so I asked Buddy at the God's Body Barbecue, like, so come on, you mean to tell me, your guy got shot in the ear, right? Your guy got shot in the ear in Pennsylvania. Is that it? Is that what you're telling me? Come on, man. I seen better blood packets at a fucking Royal Rumble. You know? This shit's WrestleMania, man. Right? Now they're talking about having a UFC on the front lawn of their presidential residence. Come on. Right? Well, it wasn't so long ago that I revisited that old movie Idiocracy, right? And it had been years and years and years since I watched it. I all but forgot it, you know. But I felt that it was a benefit if I was to watch it with my kids, and so they caught on. And they're better for it. They thought it was hilarious on some points too. Hey, like, ow, my balls. Yeah, right. And so here we are on the front lawn of a presidential residence. Right. Legend has it, like my black magic rectangle here tells me that he had copywritten or trademarked or whatever the phrase "Make America Great Again." He had that trademark way back in 2012. Yeah, so what I think happened was back in 2008 when the thing fell apart there. that's because China was moving into manifestation. Yeah, so my best guess, if I was to put my finger on a point in the line, I'd say probably 2008. Since about 2008, it's been WWF over there. Right? Because what's China going to do? Let you know? And then what? Eh? And then what? Right? They've already invested so much. They've got made in China marked on everything. They're not going to just leave it for you Americans to set on fire, right? Burn it all down. They're in place, man. All of their shit is already there. So that's what the new friendly face buddy and I were talking about. The God's Body Barbecue.